We've been a Catholic family for generations. After the Vietnam War in 1975, my parents' reason to kind of leave Vietnam was to give their children more opportunities to be ourselves. God has a sense of humor, always calling me where I don't want to be. I kind of see myself sort of like aligned to the prophet Jeremiah or or Jonah. God calls them and they run the other way. I want to become a lawyer, make the money, attain the American dream kind of thing. Don't go to Berkeley thinking you're going to become a priest. It wasn't my first career choice. I began to ask all the big questions as any young person in college, like, what is faith all about? I talked to my campus minister and it's like, hey, we have a come and see retreat in Washington, D.C. Would you like to come? I'm like, so it's like, okay, I could do this. And I think that was where God was kind of really inviting me to take this leap of faith and talk about entering the seminary. I entered the Paulist right after college, and now it's almost like a third of my life. I just can't believe it. It's a lot. My spiritual director, when I was in seminary, said, my call to priesthood is God's gift to the church, because as a priest, I'm serving the body of Christ. But my call to the Paulist Fathers, the community, is God's gift to me. This band of brothers is where I'm going to learn to be holy, to help me, to teach me patience sometimes, but also to comfort and support me when I'm not at my best. When I was first ordained, I was assigned in Los Angeles, St. Paul the Apostle. After 3 years, they sent me back to Berkeley to be a campus minister. Again, to walk that faith journey with college students, and I kind of saw myself in them a little bit, so it brought a little nostalgia, but also that kind of like I can make a difference in their lives. This is Roman Paul. Roman Paul is given to me by another Paulist priest. Paul could be my patron saint and help me avoid the travel woes. I'm reminded of, I think it was 2 Corinthians, where St. Paul was boasting about his travel calamities, shipwreck, being robbed, being lashed, and being persecuted. So when I was moving from Berkeley to New York, and Father Eric Andrews, the Paulist president, just gave me a call and it's like, would you consider doing this vocation work? I think a lot of people don't know what a vocation director is, and I'm a God's talent scout. Kind of help people discern where God is calling them, but also where their deepest desire is leading them to. God has always called priests, people to religious life. God continues to call, and God will call more people, and we just have to maybe be open to hear that. No matter what, it's gonna be okay. Wherever God is leading you, trust in God and walk with God and see where that goes. And in some ways, I kind of feel that in my own way too. Like once I experienced that deep love, God's love for me, that gave me like the spark to want to share that with other people. And that's what I think as a Paulist, that's what I hope to be that great missionary that brings the gospel to wherever I go, and to be that joy and to show people God's love for them.